What's going on, y'all? It's Locks. We got another prize picks video for you guys. In today's video, we got the WNBA player props for this Tuesday, September 2nd WNBA slate. Got a pretty solid one. We got the WNBA playoffs right around the corner. So again, a lot of these games that are going on right now matter so much. They're so important with the standings and everything going on. And these two games on today's video, again, are another very important one. I believe the playoffs start within the next week or so. So again, these are the last couple games till the end of the road. Only 8 teams make it. There's one spot still available, and then it's like 5 different games. They're very dependent on these last couple games that these teams have left to play. So again, it should be very competitive. All these teams should be putting their all into these ones. So I'm pretty confident on today's video. Again, found a nice little two-man cooked up, a player of the day, and then another prop to pair with it. So before we get those, make sure to drop a like and subscribe with those post notifications turned on. It'd be much appreciated. Haven't done a WNBA video in a while because we're doing the college football weekend, the first week 0, whatever you guys want to, or week 1 going on. We start off the week pretty strong, hit a video, nice little 3-man for you guys. But then unfortunately the Saturday week, on the Saturday games were kind of just underwhelming. A lot of the games were very sloppy, and then like 3 main games that we chose from, again, unfortunately those games didn't end out the way we wanted to. A shootout, again, it was just kind of defensive. The offenses weren't really clicking too much as I wanted it to. So again, it's kind of just unfortunate. All these teams are going to be able to just gel together more, get used to each other, and again, can't really worry about a college football weekend just off of one weekend. Typically, you like to do like the whole month. So if you guys can't handle one weekend on taking an L, then that's not how you're gonna play college football. Again, you have hot weekends, you have bad weekends. So it's just the name of the game. Same with WNBA. Again, we were hitting, I believe, on 2 straight videos or something right before those college football picks. So again, hopefully we keep that run going with the WNBA end. But without further ado, we're gonna go and hop right into the props on today's video. As you guys can see, we got that 2-game slate. We got New York Liberty versus the Golden State Valkyries. This one is a very important game, especially for New York Liberty. They currently have 24 wins. If you look at the NBA standing or WNBA standings right now, they're currently in the 5th spot. The top 8 teams do make it to the playoffs. So again, they're definitely fluctuating. They could go all the way up to the 2 spot. I believe they have like 2 or 3 games left after this one. So if they win this one and these teams lose, again, they could go up a lot in the standings right there. So definitely important game for them. They want to go out there and win, and then the opposing team that they're going against, the Valkyries, again, they also want to win as well. They have a lot of potential, going from fluctuating all the way down to the 8th spot, going all the way up to I think this is the highest they could be, actually. So they just want to win it so they don't drop down at all. And then we're going to be giving you guys the player from Liberty, and then our player of the day is actually going to be on Phoenix Mercury versus Indiana Fever. This is also a very important game for both these teams. Indiana Fever, they're on the brink of being eliminated, so they definitely need to win it to keep the Sparks out of contention. So I believe if they win this one, they should be like locked in for the whole WNBA playoffs. And then we got Mercury, who again could go all the way up to that 2 spot and or fluctuate with Liberty, like I just mentioned right there. So should be a pretty solid one. Again, all these teams should be going out there doing their all. So with that being said, we're going to go and hop right to the props on today's video. Our player of the day, we're going to be rocking with Alyssa Thomas over this 33.5 PRA. Love this line for her last 10 games. She's been super consistent. Last 2 matchups, though, this matchup against Chicago Sky, that surprisingly they have a pretty solid interior defense, so she typically has a hard time. Even with a tough defense against like Liberty and Chicago Sky with the interior and everything, again, she still was pretty like impressive on getting a high number of PRA, 30 and 28 PRA in both those matchups. If we look at the previous 2 against Golden State Valkyries and then Los Angeles Sparks, 2 very weak teams defensively, who again I would compare it definitely a lot to Indiana Fever, who were ranked 9th in points allowed, 13th, which is dead last in the league in rebounds allowed, and 4th in assists allowed, getting around a total of 82, 18, and 19 plus a game to all 3 of those spots. If we look at the forward position specifically, what she does play, they're pretty much middle of the barrel and everything, giving around 33, 16, and 6.5 a game. So Alyssa Thomas, I feel like this is definitely a matchup where she could go out there and eat it, and the importance of this game is just so critical with the standings and everything, especially for Mercury. So Alyssa Thomas, being that veteran she is, I definitely expect her to go out there and have a cool, calm, collected game, just giving her team a better position in the whole WNBA standings coming up. And they are over there at home, so she's typically been doing a lot of good games at home. And then if we look at Alyssa Thomas on this insight, she's actually covered 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 5 straight games versus bottom 5 defenses for rebounds allowed, averaging almost 44 PRA, which is 12 over her actual line against similar teams, which is actually insane. So if we go to the last 5 games against again, identical teams defensively, like the Indiana Fever. She's just been going off 46, 54, 37, 39, and 43. And one of those matchups was specifically Indiana Fever, which they played on the 7th. So again, she's definitely been going crazy and only did this in less than 30 minutes. If we look at the last 10 games alone, she's been averaging a total of almost 34 minutes a game on 11 shot attempts, shooting almost 60%. So again, her numbers have definitely been crazy. And coming off these two losses, I feel like this is the perfect game where she bounces back in. Again, going against a bottom 5 defense, a bottom 0 defense, and rebounds allowed, which she typically thrives in. So definitely see a huge game out of her. Definitely see her going for 40 plus PRA. And again, she has a perfect resume against them. They've played twice so far this season. The first game, she had a total of 54 PRA. Second game, she had 39 PRA. So again, none of these games were very close in her getting that, and they were very high scoring ones, 101 to 107. And then they dropped 95 points on them in the second game. So did it less than 30 minutes, as long as it's a good game, which I'm anticipating it to be, because Indiana Fever, this is a very important game for them as well. More than likely, we're going to see a lot of minutes out of Alyssa Thomas, and again, a lot of productivity. So I feel like the play on this, the ceiling on this play is super high, and just love the odds in general. You can't make up this insight right here, averaging 44 against similar teams when her line is only at 33 that she needs to cover. Again, anytime we got an insight, perfect 5 out of 5. And it's 10 over. Again, that's just a free play for us, in my opinion. And on top of her resume being perfect and her consistency throughout the last 10 games, it's not like where she had a super bad game and just got like crazy under. Again, she's only had one game under 30, and even with that under 30 game, it was at 28 PRA. So with her having at least 30 every single game in the last 10, and only her line needs to be at 32 or 33 to cover. Again, this one should be pretty solid in my opinion. So this is the one we're going to be rock with for our player of the day on today's video. Again, Alyssa Thomas over that PRA right there at 33.5. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, we give you guys a player of the day in every single video. Those are the ones we are most confident in and believe should have the best chance of hitting. So we're going to be rock with that play right there. And then our second and final player on today's video, we're going to be rock with the Goblin line. Sabrina Ionescu over her 7.5 rebounds and assists. Was looking at the normal line, but again, I feel like it's just a little bit too high, again, especially against a defense like the Golden State Valkyries. They're nothing too crazy, ranked 4th and 3rd in points, and rebounds and assists allowed, pretty much middle of the barrel though, like a lower middle of the barrel. And her resume against this team is perfect. They've played a total of 3 times this season, 11, 10, and 11. Again, she's covered this line in all of her games on the normal one. I believe it's a 9.5 for her normal one. So she's definitely been able to do it. But with the stakes and everything against this team, again, I feel like there could just be an opportunity where they're really dominating the glass, but she could just still go off on the assist end. Was debating on putting just assists alone, but I like the aspects with the rebound. Her Goblin line on the rebounds and assists just separately, it's like currently minus 600 on both of them. So I think if we just combine them together and put it at 7.5 for the Goblin right here, again, more than likely, it's going to be a good prop for us. Last 10 games, she's covered this one 8 out of 10. The only 2 matchups where she wasn't able to cover was against Chicago Sky, who actually are pretty impressive on controlling the boards and giving up assists. And then Las Vegas Aces, who also have been on a roll recently. They've just been on a crazy winning streak, and they've just been playing super solid defensively. One of the best rebounding teams in the whole WNBA. So obviously, she only had one rebound, 1 assist. Definitely a battling out of her. Outside of that, she's been averaging 32 minutes a game, which we'd love to see. Only 40 minutes in a whole WNBA game. And if she's playing that many minutes against this team, which this game matters so much in the standings, this could bump them all the way up to the 2 spot. Again, I feel like Sabrina should just go off and put a lot of effort, especially grabbing the rebounds, just doing her thing. Again, rebounds is more of an effort type of stat. And with her, obviously, she's been in the league for a while, all-star type of player. She knows the stakes and everything, so definitely expecting her to go out there and then assist her teammates as long as she gets the ball good. More than likely, they should be able to convert. But don't really got much else to explain on this play. Again, 11, 10, 11, 10 plus in every single game, and actually did it in 29 and 26 minutes twice. Again, last 10 minutes been averaging 32 minutes, so should be pretty solid. Again, it is a Goblin for a reason. Separated, like I said, these plays are currently minus 600, so should be a pretty free one in my opinion. So Sabrina Ionescu over that 7.5, only 2 under the normal line, but again, still feel like the value is just a lot better on this one. Obviously, Goblin, but Alyssa Thomas play of the day, 33.5 PRA, paired with Sabrina Ionescu, 7.5 rebounds and assists. So these are my 2 props I'm gonna give you guys for this Tuesday, September 2nd WNBA slate. It should be very solid, in my opinion. Again, love the 2-man, probably one of my favorite ones within the last 2 weeks. So if I were you guys, I definitely recommend telling this one down below. I'm probably gonna nuke this one myself. So again, just pretty confident in this one. Don't really got much else to say, but again, please drop that like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. It'd be much appreciated. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and let's see today.